This is how we win the culture war.
Yeah.
One black titty in all of our hands. You've heard of hands across America? This is called titties across America, and this is what's going to fix our problems.
There you go. One titty at a time, people. One titty at a time. Thank you, America.
Our guest that we have for tonight is a comedian, professional troll, Blaze TV host, proud owner of 5 cats, and Tucker Carlson's biological son is Primetime 99, Alex Stein.
Oh, let's go, Penn State! The pimp on a blimp is here! They tried to shut us down. They tried to stop us. But now the pimp on a blimp is here. And guys, I know this year has been hard for me too. My biological stepdad, Tucker Carlson, lost his job. And I lost my job here too when you guys canceled my speech. But guess what? Like a phoenix out of the ashes, we shall rise. Okay? But tonight is not about jokes. Tonight, I want to give you guys a little history lesson. You guys see this book right here? George W. Bush? This is the architect of 9/11. That's real funny, guys. How did 3 towers fall down with 2 planes? How did we find those passports? This guy knows. And let me tell you what I think about this guy. Hate him. I hate him. If I had a lighter, I'd burn this thing. Because I need to wake you brainwashed idiots up. You guys are all probably indoctrinated with this woke garbage. You guys think that a man can have a baby. That's right. You guys think Leah Thomas can all of a sudden swim on the men's team for 3 years and then just transition, keep his wiener, just like a propeller in the water. That's why he won all those races. And then they say he's a female icon. I mean, this is pathetic. This is not reality. We got to wake up to the real world that we're living in and stop with this woke nonsense, okay? And especially a campus like this, Penn State, all of you guys are going to be indoctrinated and brainwashed with some liberal cause that doesn't even matter, that doesn't even affect you. Just when you guys get out, listen, I'll be honest with you. Each and every student here, you're probably wasting your time, honestly, because once you get that college degree, nothing is guaranteed. As a matter of fact, an illegal immigrant from Venezuela will have more rights than you guys. And you're like, no, that doesn't make sense. Well, then why did you guys all have to be vaccinated to go to school here, yet an illegal immigrant can just walk right through the border, no vaccine? So, I want to clear up some vaccine misinformation. Everybody says online, a lot of right-wing people, they say that the vaccine turns you gay. That's not true. If you got vaccinated, you're already a homosexual. That's how that works. That's the order of events. No, but they will literally give you an experimental vaccine with no long-term testing so you can go study sociology. That's stupid, guys. Go read a real book like this one right here if you guys want to learn how to do 9/11. Read this. You guys will be billionaires. It'll teach you how to invest with Halliburton and Raytheon. Because those are the companies that are winning with all these wars. Look at the Ukraine. Look at freaking Vladimir Zelensky. He's mad about Israel and Palestine right now. He's sweating bullets because his bank account's going to run out. So this is what we have to do, guys. We cannot be little cowards. We have to stand up for what we believe in. Because what the government is going to do, what these universities are going to do, is they're going to constantly pee on you and tell you it's raining. That's what they do. They lie to you. And we're going to expose those lies, especially tonight, because tonight's going to get really weird here in a second, because I got some surprises. But first, I want to bring up my wife's boyfriend, Dontarius. Dontarius, come up here. Give it up for Dontarius. Now, you're like, why did you bring your wife's boyfriend? Usually stays at home with my wife. But because a bunch of girls want to hawk loogies on me and spit on me and assault me.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Dontarius says not tonight.
So if any of you guys want to mess with me, this is who you're messing with. You see these? These are C-cup titties with enough milk to drown this whole entire room. Do you want to drown from milk? No. And I don't want you to drown. Do you want to drown? Are you Antifa? Let's be Antifa. Who's Antifa in here? Which one is it? We'll find out which one of you guys is Antifa. Are you Antifa? The one black person's Antifa. This is it, Dontarius. No, you can't. No, this will be black on black. No, we'll go to jail. You can only attack white people. This is a liberal university, okay? No black on black violence. No, but seriously, guys, I'm done playing games. I'm done with this woke nonsense. Because I live in reality. A man cannot get pregnant, okay? We have balls and a penis. We don't have a uterus. So that's just simple. These same people that know all about science literally will tell a 14-year-old girl to get a mastectomy. And you're like, oh, that's misinformation. Why did Chloe Cole at 14 years old get her boobs cut off? That's because of wokeness. That's because of political correctness. Well, I'm politically incorrect. That's why there's protesters. That's why people want to shut me down. That's why people in the news like, oh my gosh, Alex Stein, a right-wing conspiracy theorist. No, I'm not, guys. I'm actually very liberal. I recently got fired. Before I was a pimp on a blimp, I was a substitute school teacher. And I got fired for teaching the kids CRT. I went on a field trip and I made all the white kids go to a farm and pick cotton. Because that is social justice, all right? But I was going to let the black kids make cool FUBU shirts and sell the merchandise. So it was a team event. Of course, I got fired. My biological dad got fired. And on top of all of that, every morning I wake up and the first thing that comes to my mind is the fact that Michelle Obama has a penis. Do you guys know that? No, Michelle doesn't have a penis. Then why is Barack Obama writing gay love letters to his girlfriend? Because he loves a dong, all right? And this is how I can tell you guys. I want to make this known too, and this is going to sound sexist for the media that's out there. I know you guys don't cover my biological dad very well, Tucker, so I'm sure you're not going to cover me well, but I want to say this, that women are inferior to men. You know how I know this? If you are a transgender swimmer and you're a dude, you're a biological male, they'll just let you swim with them, no big deal. NCAA is going to give you a championship. They're going to love you. But in chess, they have outlawed transgender women from competing against biological women. Why? Because men are smarter, right? We have the dongs. We do the humping. We are the dominant species. So every male in here, you need to take that and use that. You guys need to be dominant. Do not be a little baby back bitch. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be a bitch. We're not going to be a bitch. We're going to be pimps on blimps. Is that right, folks? Who's a pimp on a blimp here? Raise your hand. Any pimps on blimps? This guy's a pimp on a blimp. This guy is definitely a pimp on a blimp. He almost died from Dontarius' titties. Here's how scary that was. Where is Dontarius? There's a pimp in the blimp. Well, is he? What is he? Is he smoking crack or fentanyl? He's on fentanyl right now. Don't do fentanyl. Have you ever thought about doing fentanyl? Do you want to be living in a van down by the river doing fentanyl your whole life? Yeah, well, Chris Farley was right. When you start using drugs, it messes up your life. You guys start with a little bit of weed. Oh, let me smoke some weed. Next thing you know, you're giving a guy a BJ on the New York subway for a hit of crack. It's happened to better men than you, young man. This guy looks cool, though. I like this guy's vibes. He's got the freaking... You're a badass. What's your name? Samson. So, are you a student here or just a fan? What's your deal? So I'm a student. So what do you think about this university, Samson? Because I think, I have to give Penn State a lot of credit. Because they shut us down. They did shut us down. That was annoying as hell. I got that loogie spit on me by that 14-year-old girl. That was weird. But then I got to go on my dad's show, so that was good. But they did. Penn State let us come back. And I got a huge surprise for you here coming in a few minutes because I didn't want to come back solo. I wanted to come back with somebody that would actually cause a little stir, cause a little controversy. Because let's be real, I'm really not a big bad boogeyman. I'm a pimp on a blimp. I wear the tuck-friendly bathing suit all day long. I should have brought my tuck-friendly bathing suit. Wouldn't you guys love it if I just tuck it in right now? I know Penn State would love that. And on a serious note, I think personally, in my experience, when it comes to my experience with the university, they shut us down, but they let us come back. That's why we're here today. That's why tonight we're going to do a little Q&A. We're going to get real spicy. But before we get onto that, I'm going to create a big controversy on this campus. And people are going to be mad. The media that's in the back, they're going to be mad. Why did you bring this person here? He's not allowed here. Well, I don't follow the rules. I break the rules. I don't let anybody tell me what to do. And you shouldn't either. Because if they're going to tell me, oh, well, we tested this thing on 8 beagles. It's safe and effective. I'm not going to listen to them. Dr. Fauci, that guy's gay. He wants to stick a needle in everybody. That's gay. If you want to penetrate other men, you're gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's cool, be gay. But Tony Fauci, just admit it, okay? Come out of the closet by now. So tonight, this will be a historic occasion. Because the man that I'm about to bring up will cause all of these weird Antifas to actually crap in their little panties. And they are wearing panties because most of them are trans. So, without further ado, we're going to kick off this night with another pimp on a blimp. He's going to come here, he's going to speak, and then we're going to both come on stage, and we're going to do a whole little Q&A, hang out with you guys. But I just want to do this because I don't give a damn what Penn State says. And take a better picture. This angle's better. Get a little picture of me. Get one like that. My butt look good? Okay, good. So without further ado, folks, I was supposed to speak for 20 minutes before I bring him on. Okay. You guys know the man with the plan. He was the founder of Vice Media. He's one of the most controversial men on the entire planet. And I want you guys to go absolutely crazy. He might have founded the Proud Boys, but that doesn't make him a bad guy, all right? I want you guys to go crazy. In 3, 2, 1, give it up for the one, the only Gavin McInnes. Are you not Gavin? Is he? Yes!
Thanks, Alex. Hey, guys. Last time I was here, I got beat up pretty bad. But I just got out and I'm ready to be normal again. My doctor said that I'm ready to do talks. No, you guys didn't fucking catch us. We got in a police car and we got the fuck out of here. It's kind of fun. The organizer, Sean, he ran way too fast. It made us look bad. Because we kind of strutted into the car like, yeah, bitch. But he was like, we got to get the fuck out of here. I got a lot to talk to you guys about. It's not funny. It's pretty serious, so don't expect any laughs. I wanted to talk to you about your school and college in general and what a bad idea it is and how you guys need to drop out. So, first let's talk about Penn State. You have this new president, what's her name? Nini Bandadunchi or something? She has the weirdest fucking name. Neely Bandabidi? And she's clearly an affirmative action hire. Neely Bendapudi. And I saw she just did this video where she's like, look, guys, I got to tell you, buddy, free speech is so important, you know? I mean, holy shit, it's crazy. You really need to have the free speechings going on all the times. It's a total lie. And these presidents do it now where they pretend they care about free speech, so it's on the books. And then they cancel your talk, and I have to sneak out from the back room. But she's clearly corrupt. She was the chick from Louisville who canceled the Papa John's guy for being a racist. And what he actually said was, he was like, fucking, I'm getting shit all the time. Fucking KFC dude was saying the N-word every second word. Don't give a shit about him. That's what he said. And then he was canceled. My buddy Anthony Cumia invented a thing called N-vesting after that, where when a CEO says the N-word, the stocks plummet, you invest in that company, and then they inevitably come back up again. And he made like a few $1,000s on that Papa John's thing. So she comes here and ruins your school. Now talks are getting canceled. No one got canceled under that other guy, Eric Barron. But the thing I want to impart to you guys today is how little you should trust your professors and what absolute fucking losers they are. Like, you know when you're working a retail job and there's that ass kisser who becomes the manager? And they don't actually make more money. They just want to boss you around. That's the professors in your school. The kids in your class that are the biggest ass kissers, those are the professors. So I know that you've been looking up to adults for a while. I used to look up to adults because boomers they invented divorce and they suck about a lot of things. But at least they were like educated and tough. So I grew up like revering adults. But now that I'm an adult, I see these guys and I'm like, you're Craig Ferguson from 5th grade. You're a douche. And now you're a judge? Microphone, hello. So don't revere your professors. Now, I have two sort of points to this talk. The second one is incredibly offensive, so we're going to save that because I think you're all going to walk out when I say the second one. So let's start with the first one, okay? The first one is, going forward from this talk, you have 3 options. One is stay here. Okay, stay here. You're part of the 5% that should be here. If you are going to do that, my advice would be to become a terrorist. Now, not a bomb, violent kind of terrorist, but an academic terrorist. And if I was to go to school, I would at least die with my boots on. You guys are going to go into debt, 250 grand, to become stupider than when you came in, to be brainwashed to hate all your instincts. I want you to attack your professors academically and point out why they're wrong. Everything they're telling you is complete horseshit. We didn't steal this land from the Indians. We fought them for 320 years. They kicked our ass. They're magic. We beat the Nazis in like an hour and a half for less money than it cost to build Obama's healthcare site. The Indians were worthy adversaries. My kids are Indian. I don't want people thinking that they're pussies. No, you guys put up a hell of a fight. The Comanches changed their whole tribe and became horse experts and then fought us that way. Killed us, scalped us, raped our kids, chopped their heads off. It was terrible. So the idea that we stole this land from the Indians is a lie. The idea that this land was built on slavery was big with the African tribes. They're killing each other, selling them all over the world. 10 million, I think they sold like 11 million. 1 million died. 3 million went to Brazil. We tried out 360,000, and we weren't we then. We were Britain. We go, this is morally wrong. We abolished it, lost 620,000 people in the Civil War. That's the equivalent of 5 million today. So we had an American Holocaust, stopping slavery, ended it. No more slavery. You're welcome for that. Pretty much every trope your professors tell you is complete horseshit. Like in New York, Stonewall. Ooh, Stonewall. We were like, we don't want no homos in New York City because, yeah, New York City's never seen a gay guy before. They were selling illegal booze. The mob was selling illegal booze to these bars. The cops were told, you better crack down on this. The mob is selling too much illegal booze. For some reason, the mob preferred gay bars, so they were selling to homosexuals. And they said, we're going to shut this bar down. The gays were like, fuck you, bitch. That's the truth. So tell your professors that. Tell your professors that they're full of shit. You're still going to go totally way over the line in debt for nothing. But at least you'll die with your boots on. I could go on for an hour about all the tropes. Like, remember that Matthew Shepard kid who was killed because he was gay? No, he was killed because he was a meth dealer and he got caught up with the wrong dudes. That's a lie. They burned down Black Wall Street. No, that was a race riot based on some dude molesting a chick. And it popped off for 3 days. So if you guys insist on staying at this stupid fucking school, which is a complete waste of money, at least attack your professors and humiliate them for the lies they're telling you. You'll still be in debt. Option 2, get a trade. What are you doing? Like, what are you taking? What are you taking?
Engineering.
Okay. We have an exception to the rule here. If you're taking STEM, by all means, I don't even know why you're here. STEM people should be here. And you'll notice the people who are meant to be here, when I'm saying this is a waste, you can feel the words wash over their head because you're like, it is a waste for them. I'm going to be inventing a new type of engine and then patenting that, so I'm good. But the rest of you guys, like, get a trade. I know you think you're middle class and you're above the working class. You can still be a posh snob and be a plumber. Like, buildings need septic systems. You can still be an erudite genius and be a plumber. You're going to make $500,000 a year. Trades are no longer just boom, boom. Like, you're designing the and then getting an algorithm that defines the boom. So please get a trade. Please drop out of school. This sociology shit, I don't even understand half the terms. When I was in college, I'm 18, and my professor said, it is perfectly legitimate to have an abortion up until a year after the baby is born. Because a monkey can do more human things than an 11-month-old, but not as many human things as a 12-month-old. And I remember being 18 going, so I could just go with a ball-peen hammer and just be like, cute baby lady. I knew that wasn't right when I was a little kid. And you should trust your instincts, too. That's an important thing about being a student here. When your professors say this total and utter horseshit, trust your instincts. They're lying. So option 1 is to become a terrorist. Option 2 is to get a trade. And I know a lot of you think I forgot option 3, and that's pathetic. Okay. Option 2 is, drop out is option 1, thrive is option 2, become a terrorist. Yeah. So option 2 is to thrive. And that brings me to the unfortunate part about this talk. Let's be honest, about 5% of people, of society, should be in secondary education. So 95% of you shouldn't be here. In the 50s and 60s with the boomers, 5% of people went to college, and they all said, oh, that's because they can't afford it. They didn't have opportunities. No, we're all retarded. I'm part of the 95%. I'm like you. When I watch Jeopardy, I have no fucking idea what any of the answers are. That means you're dumb. And that's a perfectly normal thing to be. It's normal to be part of the 95%. So if you accept that and you are part of the 5%, by all means, go bananas. That guy's probably part of the 5%. He should thrive, have a great time. STEM is the way to go. It should be the only thing at school, really. All this like bettering yourself. Like I took English. I got a BA in English literature. Just go to fucking Amazon, dude. Charles Dickens, yeah, get it used for $1.50. I went tens of thousands of dollars in debt learning all these gay books that I could have just got on fucking Amazon. All right, here comes the really offensive part. Let's be honest. Okay, out of that 5% who should be here at this school, 4% are men. Ladies, what are you doing? Can we cut the shit here? Like, when you tell women they'd be happier at home, they assume you're saying you're not good enough to be here at this college. You're below me. Go wash my underwear. No, you're above me. Go create life, shape a life. You're magic. Like when I tell women to drop out of school and go get married and have kids, I'm going up to Clark Kent at the Daily Planet. I'm saying, dude, you're a fine journalist. Don't get me wrong. And the Daily Planet loves you. They think you're great. But there's a lot of Clarks. You can fucking fly, bro. Go, soar through the heavens. Make babies. That's the sexist part I thought you would all leave at. But you notice this, even when women, they're like, okay, I get it. Most, like if they're doing their social media for some restaurant, yeah, they'd be happier at home. But this woman's an oncologist. I don't know. I talk to female doctors. All they want to do is chat. I did cocaine for like 20 hours once, and the problem with that is you're standing, you don't know you're in pain, so I compressed my nerves in my spine, and it made my toes go numb. So I went to my podiatrist, and I'm like, why are my toes numb? Was there diabetes in the cocaine? And she goes, oh, it's symmetrical. If something is symmetrical, it's a pinched nerve. And then we talked about kids, and there's a thing in New York where if you're right wing, it's like being gay in the 50s. So you sort of look at the other person like, hey, what's up? And I said, yeah, I was just listening to a pod. Oh, we were looking at a chart of feet, and I saw a heel. And I go, I was an atheist till I saw my newborn daughter's heel, and I thought how beautiful that is and how magical it is that like the pad works and it grows with age and everything. And I realized, holy shit, there's a God. There's a creator. This is amazing. And she goes, oh, yeah. She goes, I didn't want kids when I was young. And then I had a kid recently, and I cherish him. I love everything about him. And I said, yeah, well, with all these refugees coming in, I was just listening to a podcast on the way here that said that it's this woman's maternal instinct is misdirected. And when they don't have kids, they still have that need in them, which is why they always have like a fucking pet crab or I'm a fur mom or whatever. It's so embarrassing. Cringe, I think, is the word you young people use. And I go, that's why you have so many female volunteers at these refugee centers, because they see them as like innocent. Like they see them as like these, hello, I am just coming from Somalia. Can I help you? Meanwhile, they're like, I want to fucking rape some bitches. What's up? Disproportionately, right? And I said to her, so they feel like they're helping these innocent refugees, but I don't know how innocent they are. And then she's like, yeah, not so much. And that was like the gays touched hands in the 50s. And they're like, we're going to the bathroom to eat each other's buttholes or whatever they did back then. So anyway, we bonded, right? Because I knew she was MAGA after the refugee quote. And she talked for like an hour about her kids and her friends and what's going on with Trump and Biden and everything. And I realized, you're just a housewife in a doctor's coat. Like, we're chatting. She would be much happier at home. So the moral of these stories is, if you're a freak and you want to go against nature, by all means. Margaret Thatcher was a freak. She fucking made Britain. Britain was either rich or poor back then. She privatized everything. She created a middle class. Nice work. Ann Coulter decided, I don't want to have kids. She wrote 12 bestsellers, changed the world. By all means, go bananas. But you're probably not that. So why are you at this shithole that is brainwashing you? If you're not thriving because you're a part of the 5%, if you're not this freak genius chick, you need a trade. And trust me, you will have a fantastic life with a trade, because mass comm doesn't exist. Sociology doesn't exist. Speech pathology doesn't exist. None of these courses are a thing. And you know what's weird about it too? You go out into the real world and you talk about hegemony and intersectionality, and people think you're an asshole. These people are teaching you a made-up language that doesn't exist on Earth, and actually is an asshole language, where people just sort of walk away from you when they hear that. So I'm sorry this had to be so serious. I can try to lighten things up a little bit if you have time. How are we doing for time? Okay. Seems like a pretty tough crowd here. I'll have...
No, there was a girl last year I met at a pizza parlor, and she actually used some of the pizza grease to give me a hand job. Is that girl here tonight? I think her name is Darlene. Is she here? Why are there no girls in this room, Gavin? What's that all about? Is this a gay university?
I said they don't belong here.
We're all the chicks. I mean, come on. How am I going to get laid with all you dudes? I'm a pimp on a blimp all the way in Penn State.
If you had a chick you were with and her clit started growing and it was like that size, you'd still lick it, right?
Of course. Yeah, I'm not gay.
There's got to be a line, though. Like, what if it becomes, this is her clit?
Does it have a pee hole? No.
Okay, so that's your line, no pee hole.
Okay, now I got a mic, so now we can double tag team this, all right?
Okay, so this is the love of your life. This is her clitoris.
Yes.
Okay, so do you still lick it like it was a female?
I would just take her to Afghanistan, and they would just give her a circumcision. They do that in Afghanistan. And one thing Gavin said, and I forgot to say, this is another huge brainwashing thing that they do to all of us at a very young age, is that they convince you that there is no God. They want to make you think that you're just a cosmic accident that evolved from pond scum, and that is not true, guys. It's the same possibility of us coming from nothing would be the same as if a tornado went through a junkyard and created a 747 airplane on the other end. It's impossible. So that's why they want to make you feel worthless. They want to make it feel like you have no point and that you're just some cosmic accident. That's not true. Each and every one of you has a special purpose in life. I don't know what that purpose is, but that's your job to find out what that purpose is. And it's not by sitting in a sociology class studying about how to become a transgender Filipino ballet dancer, okay?
You know what else I would say about being an academic terrorist is, I think these cucks like it. I think they're little bitches. They're dirty boys. And when they sit there and preach Marxism to you, deep down they want to get spanked. So when you write this really involved, well-documented essay refuting all their points, you'll get an A. They're not going to flunk you because they secretly know they're full of shit and they're bored out of their fucking minds. Imagine you ran a gulag, you ran a re-education camp. You know how bored you'd be of whipping people all day and making them crack rocks? You'd want to get hit in the head with a sledgehammer. Academically.
This is all on a video game in Minecraft. No threats to any people here. I just want to...
All metaphors.
This is my attorney. Yeah, this is all metaphors. Nothing sexual, nothing weird. No, but Gavin's making a lot of great points. And honestly, I know this isn't a comedy club. We're trying to make you guys laugh. But...
I'm not. I'm being super serious.
I'm not. I don't...
The clip part was
the clip part was not serious.
Actually, the clip part is funny, but I'm not kidding.
Well, no, but this, Gavin, this is...
Like, when she says, I want you to go like this to it. And you're madly in love, and she loved it.
I've licked a girl's butthole, so I'll do anything, dude. After that,
Girl's butthole. This is a part of a lady that became a very male-like thing. And then what if you did this twice, like, and she went, holy fuck, and grab your hair?
it sounds like a fun time.
Okay.
No, and another
You're going to
thing,
be shaking and staring at the wall while she goes after she's done.
well, this isn't a sex ed class, but you guys can hear that after. But Gavin, you know that every professor here is probably would stand with gays for Palestine, don't you think? Because that's how hypocritical these people are. These same professors are the same people that say, "Oh, let's be part of the Gays for Palestine Facebook group that I created." Okay?
You know why that is? Earlier I said women ignoring their magical ability to give birth is like someone ignoring that they can fly. I think a lot of these gays in Palestine are under the impression that they can fly. So they embrace Islam, so they know they'll get flung off a building, and they find out way too fast that no,
They can't fly.
gravity exists, and you're going to explode like an egg on the 4th of July, which is when most people have eggs. But it's true.
This is a very unorthodox speech tonight, Gavin. These kids, do you think they've learned anything tonight?
I don't know. I wasted so much time at college. It's the best years of your life. That's another thing that bothers me a little bit, by the way, you young people. You're at your sexiest, and you're wearing Crocs and sweatpants and fucking a jacket you found at your dad's house. Like, you should be dressed like Johnny Cash.
Well, these guys are dressed cool. Look at these guys in the front. Whoa. Except for that guy, the guy that almost drowned from the milk. You're dressed kind of cool. But, dude, look, they got Rolex or fake Rolex.
Do it an all-nighter.
I know.
This is the only guy with any kind of style.
Dude, he's got like a...
And he looks like a murderer.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a murderer. But that's cool. That's cool. You won't get murdered by looking
You
like a
can
murderer.
start your own business and shit. Like it's this boomer. Obama used to say it all the time. Like, finally, we have enough money and opportunity to get to college. And it's based on a dumb logical fallacy. Okay, with the boomers in the 60s, there was poor people, and then 5% went to college, and then they became the rich. Ergo, you got to go to college to get rich. That's as stupid as that thing where they were playing classical music for babies, and they found out that those babies did well. It wasn't the classical music, you douche. It was the fact that the parents cared enough to, like, get on that CD and be like, I got to get the classical music for babies. Those 5% were smart. You could have kicked them out of a fucking plane on top of Costa Rica, and they would have had a coconut stand set up, a little tourist thing, and come on for zip lines. Those 5% are doing well, which is weird because I told you 5% to stay here and take engineering, but I could literally throw you into fucking Sing Sing, and you'd be handling all the pipes and setting up who gets tattoos on Thursday, and you're good. You're good. So college does not make you rich or educated. You're already going to be who you're going to be. Let's get the fuck out of here. And party and dress better, too.
And, you know, that guy in the MAGA hat, he did storm the Capitol, Gavin. Isn't that true? Did you
I
storm it?
recognize you from the footage.
You were there. You're way up. So are you the agent provocateur? No, sir.
Okay, you're the guy who killed those cops with the fucking fire heater thing, the fire extinguisher, right? Yeah.
But we do want to say that January 6th is way worse than 9/11 because even though they were able to reconvene and, you know, certify the election within 3 hours, that was much worse than watching 3,000 people die in a live snuff film.
Yeah. But that doesn't include the insurrection that just happened. I didn't mind that one.
No, I like that one. Palestinian one, I love
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Jewish war. I'm all about this war. This is my favorite war.
Yeah. So the uncool insurrection. Or when the Black Panthers stormed the Capitol and they had guns and everything. And
That was really badass.
that
yeah.
would look cool. It's like,
Dude.
I like when they're cool. I don't like when it's like rednecks.
Yeah, MAGA hat. We need more Black
When they're trying to
Panthers.
interfere with the
Like, dude, if LeBron James stormed the Capitol, that'd be badass.
that'd be awesome.
He'd be dunking in there.
I don't know. Are we getting through to you?
Yeah, I don't know. Are we getting through? I mean,
What are you going to do? Drop out? No one's going to drop. No one's going to go, Gavin made me drop out.
and I see a bunch of kids on
But just be
the phone in the
aware of the
back.
money that is fucking coming out of your ass right now.
No, but Gavin, we need to make fun of the reporters. Are you guys the Daily College reporters in the back? Writing like that? Yeah. You guys.
Is it Humpty Dumpty here tonight?
That's what I'm saying. You know, they wrote so much bad stuff about us, and I'm sure they're going to write disgusting stuff. But that's because you guys are fragile, like little Fabergé eggs. You're not a little pimp. You're scared. You guys are going to constantly be a victim. Like when I called AOC a big booty Latina, the reason why that went so viral is because she played the victim. And that's what you guys do. You guys are victims. Oh, I'm going to write on this thing. Oh, it was so bad. Oh, worry about me. I'm a little victim. No, that's the wrong mindset. That's a baby back bitch mindset. And that's why you guys are going to be losers your whole life, writing about other people instead of being the one written about. See, I'm the pimp on a blimp. I've actually done stuff. I've sold cars. I've worked on TV shows. And now I'm speaking at your school. Because why? Because you guys write. Oh, let me write about the alt-right that are coming to my university. We should actually hear other people's voices. You don't have to agree with that voice, but you need to hear that. And if you don't agree with it, fine. You can write bad stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Alex. Journalism today is just activism, and it's garbage. When I ran Vice, I would avoid journalism degrees like the plague because I know they come here with this agenda, and they were always terrible at their jobs. Journalism school is where to go if you want to learn how not to be a journalist. And you look at how vindictive and bitter they are and how much time they spend obsessed with white supremacists. I mean, I'm sure your teachers tell you all about white supremacy all the time. When do you get outside? It's not a thing. This guy is like, well, look here. This Negro wants to be an astronaut. Not on my watch, bitch. They see a black girl come in. She wants to be an astronaut. It's like, come on in. Here's a red carpet. Fuck. Can we put you in the window? And go combing through someone's social media to find a bigoted term. It's such a waste of time. I would think with all this anti-Israeli stuff going on with Palestine, you realize it's not MAGA. The anti-Semites, the Nazis are you. It's fucking students, liberal students.
They call us fascist shit. They want to shut down all free speech. That's actual fascism. You guys are the fascists that are letting, oh, we should do this. You know, if you're a real journalist, you would be encouraging free speech, even if it was a different opinion than yours. But once again, everybody has to play a victim because you guys have all grown up thinking there's no God, your life has no meaning. So in this day and age, the best way to get social currency is to be a victim because you got to have, if people feel sorry for you, then, oh, maybe they'll feel empathy for me. Maybe they'll hire me. And that's why we have people like Kamala Harris who basically blew her way to the White House.
Can you imagine how good those blowjobs were?
They were good. Mayor Willie Brown, Montel Williams. Montel Williams, guys.
Got a lot of people blew those guys. But she was obviously the very best.
Yeah, she became vice president, so.
She did moves that you've never even heard of, like pinched your taint at the end or something.
I've heard of that. I've actually heard of that move. I like that move.
You were twitching after.
But I just really am happy, though, Gavin, because Gavin wasn't supposed to be here. I just randomly ran into him.
Well, we had to sneak me in. And I was saying to Alex earlier, I was like, imagine we were here to talk about how to groom children. And if you want to rape kids, here's the key. You got to get candy and you got to have a van and all that stuff. And I was like, that would make sense. If that was our talk, I would understand 500 people trying to kill us. And I'd understand the police having to go, break through fucking traffic lights to save us. But then I realized, you know what? I bet if that was a talk, I bet some people would be like, okay, let's hear him out.
No.
He's a minor attracted person. Okay.
Well, I have a good example. Guys, Jerry Sandusky, bad guy, right? You guys pretty bad, raped all those kids.
Ooh.
But if he just would have been a gender reassignment doctor and cut off kids' boobs and vaginas, he would have been fine. He'd be a hero.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have the same stigma.
No, it would not.
Today.
But, you could argue that that's sexual molestation if you cut off a kid's tits. I would argue that is that, so.
So you're being lied to. We have to sneak ourselves into this building to tell you that everyone is fucking lying to you. And don't take our word for it. Go look it up. And don't use Google because the first 5 pages are confirmation of what your professor's telling you. It's on page 7 of Google. And it's not like you're being slightly misled. You're being told the opposite of what is true. The good guys are the bad guys, and the bad guys are the good guys, and you're spending $250,000 to learn that. Alex and I are the good guys.
Well,
like us.
Yeah, like me and like Gavin, but this is another illusion. You guys think that there's some sort of left versus right dichotomy in the world. No, guys, it is a uniparty in D.C. All these people that say, oh, I'm conservative, are the same people that want to send you to go fight in a war that has nothing to do with us. So they give us the illusion, all these people on the right, oh, I'm a leftist, I'm fighting for leftist causes, and all these people on the right, well, I'm MAGA. Yet every single politician in D.C. is bought and sold for like toilet paper. So that's the real truth, is nobody on either side has your back. That's why you guys got to be independent. That's why I consider myself a populist, because I don't want to have a political party, because they're all crooked on the right, they're all crooked on the left, because they have to have that title. They have to keep it. They care more about fundraising than they do about actually fixing our problems. So our system is screwed up. And the only way that system is ever going to be fixed is young people like you. Gavin's older than me. I'm older than y'all. My time on the clock is getting less and less. His time on the clock is getting less and less. You guys actually have a chance to do something.
We're dying.
And make a change. Yeah, him and I are basically dead. And I have HIV. I'm HIV positive. That's from Dontarius. Where's Dontarius? Come here, Dontarius. Tell him about what it's like living with HIV.
Wow. I'm just finding out. It's not good, guys.
And then tell the reporters in the back, they're going to say that Gavin and I are racist. Will you tell them about how unracist Pimp on a Blimp is?
Oh, man, there's no racist bone in this body, guy.
Look at this boob.
Come on.
Come
on. This is America.
His breast, if I was racist, college newspaper.
Yeah.
This is how we win the culture war.
Yeah.
One black titty in all of our hands. You've heard of Hands Across America? This is called Titties Across America, and this is what's going to fix our problems.
There you go. One titty at a time, people. One titty at a time. Thank you, America.
You might need to stay in the front row. There could be, a bogey, something coming up.
So, yeah, it's optimistic to think you're all going to drop out, but I would at least implore you to be incredibly dubious of your professors, give them zero respect, and every time you sign up for one of these overpriced classes, go, is this, what's my ROI on this? What's my return on investment? And yeah, modern jazz has zero ROI. Even business, why take business in 2023? The entire economy is flipped upside down every 24 hours. What are you going to learn? Marketing?
Well, and if you guys want to make money, learn how to edit. Learn how to make your own videos because you can work for a company. You don't have to go to college to learn how to edit. I'm just saying, like he was talking about, skills or trades. A plumber makes more money than probably all the people here. Go be a cop. You see those cops? Go be a cop. Do something that's actually beneficial to society instead of just being some, hey, be a corrupt cop. Yeah, be a corrupt cop.
Steal stuff out of the evidence room, sell that to your friends,
and then they steal it.
Buy child's piss for when they do the urine tests, and you have a prosthetic there that you pee through the child piss to get caught. And when they say that they want to test your hair, make sure you shave your head bald.
How to be a crooked cop 101.
I hope we've helped you. And this is, by the way, both of us are portrayed as these evil guys that are out to corrupt your soul. I'm genuinely coming from a place of wanting to help you dudes. Like when I say women would be happier at home, it's not like I see some woman being awesome and I'm like, fucking bitch. Why is she so rich? Why is she the CEO? No, I have women my age going, what the fuck have I done? I ignored marriage. I eschewed it for some stupid career. And now I get guys calling me at 3 a.m. from a dating app on a colostomy bag for every stranger's cum in the neighborhood. And I see my sister having a fantastic time. Why did I waste my life? And then when they finally have one kid at 40, they're like, why the fuck did I have just one? 1 is for losers, 2 is for fags, 3 is a bare minimum. You want 5.
Well, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Why don't you have some? How old are you?
Well, I'm old enough to have a lot, but I have a few kids. I just don't claim them because I don't want to pay child support. But that's neither here nor there. But, I'm really mad, too. I'm so mad that we didn't get protested. I'm actually mad that these guys were too big of pussies to come out here and stand up against.
Yeah, why'd you spit in his face? That's his fetish.
Yeah, I love that. I love getting spit. I went viral. I get to go on Tucker Carlson's show because of it. Now I don't get to go this year because this... So after the show, will somebody please shoot me in the head? Please, I want to go viral that bad. Just skim it, though. Try not to blow my brains out, if possible.
All right, should we do a Q&A? Does that wrap it up?
I don't know. Do we want to ask some Q&A? I mean, you guys we want to make this interactive. We don't want this to be some traditional speech where it's just us talking about wokeness. Because really, I don't know if Gavin said this, but he said, be like us. Don't be like me. I'm not a role model. I mean, I walk around with my wife's boyfriend's titties in my hand, okay? You don't want to be like me. You want to be the opposite of me. You want to be yourself. You don't want to follow the crowd. You don't want to be a sheep. You don't want to do something because somebody else told you. You want to do it because you want to do it. You are autonomous. You are the author of your own autobiography. Not me, not Gavin, not your professor, not the college newspaper, not the media, you. And if you don't realize that, it's going to be too late until you do. You're going to have some meaningless life. You're not going to have any joy. And you're just going to be sitting there trying to be a victim in order to get social clout from other people so people feel sorry for you. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. I lost my mother. You guys write about this. My mother got COVID, went to the hospital, was given remdesivir without my authority, and she died in my arms. And there's no other thing that I'm more passionate about than exposing the corrupt medical industrial complex that we live in. So that's my goal. And once you realize that we're being run by corporations, we're not being run by humans. We're being run by actual corporations, multinational corporations, Raytheon, Halliburton, Pfizer, Moderna. They make the decisions, not you. And once you realize that it's not humans calling the shots, that it's actual companies with shareholders and stock prices, they're not able to feel empathy for you and I. So that's why they don't care when we die from their drugs. They don't care when we're a victim to their system that they created. As a matter of fact, they want us to be victims. And that's what I want to try to get my message tonight to all of you. This is the one message I want to get. Don't be a victim. And even if you are a victim, we all have bad stuff happen to me. I had something terrible happen to me. I don't want one person to feel sorry for me. That would make me sick. Not one of you should feel sorry for me.
Yeah, I think the distinction is you're a target, not a victim. And one fantastic thing about America, I know when we say go out there into the wild, it seems daunting. But one amazing thing about this incredible country that is constantly shat on by your professors is that you can make $1 million in 10 years just doing anything. Like, this guy's a screaming lunatic who dresses up in drag and goes to town halls. He got a show on.
And I'm rich, bitch, now.
I got canceled 100 times over. I've been portrayed as fucking David Duke, started a hate group, all lies. Still making pretty good money. Way off of my little secluded studio in the South Bronx where I have to hide, and you can't even DM the name of our website to someone. It won't go through. So I've been thoroughly canceled, but because America recognizes supply and demand, I can still make money. You work at a corner store, you're sweeping there, you keep sweeping, you got to know your worth. But the manager's going to go, I like this guy. Hey, can you open and close on Thursdays when so I can sleep in? Then you start getting this sweat equity with the guy, and he wants to open another corner shop, and he wants you to run it. Now, via sweat equity, you got 10% of these corner stores. You keep monopolizing that. Soon you have 6 corner stores with him, and you were just the guy sweeping. The CEO of Costco was driving the forklift on day one. And so walking out there into that, what seems like an abyss, is really a land of opportunity. Just go out there and fucking kick ass, work hard without debt, and you will thrive.
Well, speaking of debt, this is how you know it's a scam. Your college loans are the only debt you can't default on. You're going to pay those to the rest of your life, no matter what. Everything else, you can file bankruptcy and get out of it, not your college loans. That shows you that that is predatory because you're a young 18-year-old, you're signing away your life, and now you owe some bank $150,000. That's not how you achieve what you want to achieve in life. I get it. If you're a doctor, you got to pay a bunch of money to go to med school. That might make sense. But if you're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get an undergraduate degree that nobody gives a shit about, you are being scammed. I'm telling you.
And finally, if you do a talk with someone and you're both ambitious dudes and one of the guys is older and he feels like he's getting kind of washed up and he's meeting with the younger guy who's sort of on the rise as he's on the sort of decline, the older guy's always going to want to try to get the last word and end the speech and get into the Q&A. Be aware of that and either let him have the last word or have a much better last word than him, and he will eventually be so cowed he'll stop interrupting you.
Sounds like it's time for the Q&A, boops. Come on, we want you guys to interact. Don't be shy. Come on, this is like an AA meeting, Gavin. You know, we're going to just come here. Everybody's going to stand up.
Don't you like getting advice from 2 losers?
If you'd like to ask a question, you just line up right here. I'll hold the mic up, and then you can ask any of these guys questions you want.
Do that thing they do with Michael Knowles where the question is already written on your phone and you're like, how do you atone for the murder of trans people and the lack of safety that they feel on a day-to-day basis in a white supremacist hegemony?
Even if you don't feel that way, somebody here that's smart and wants to go viral, act like a crazy liberal, and then let me shut you down. Then we'll clip it, and then we get 10 million hits, and we're rich, bitch. Okay, so stand up, ask some questions. Don't be shy. Come on.
I just wanted to say that the advertising for this event was so light. I didn't even know about this until Friday because I went outside my class and I saw your poster. But I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I bought a ticket, went to class, came out. Somebody ripped down your poster. So I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy. But then the boys put up 2 more in its place. That's right.
Probably could have marketed this a lot more, but everything's so fluid. The university, we don't know if they're going to shut us down at any moment. So it's like it's hard to market something that we don't even know if it's going to happen. And then the fact that, I ran into Gavin this week and I brought him here, the university's going to be even more pissed about that. So this might be the last time I'm here. So We need to go out with a bang, and I'm not talking about like 9/11 bang. We're not going to, officer. Don't worry.
Academic bang.
Academic bang for the censors that are watching this.
And you'd think with that kind of controversy, you'd get here and then be like, all right, boys, we finally got the hall. Let's get down to the Holocaust, that bullshit they keep talking about. And then you get here, it's like, I want you guys to do best. Maybe get a trade if you don't like it here. Don't get too far into debt. And love someone that you're with and have babies. Bye.
Well, to answer your question, though, actually, from our perspective, we only had 10 days to promote because university took forever. I don't know, but maybe, yeah, it took forever to get the contracts back to us. They put us in this place instead of our normal venue in Thomas Building because of what happened last time. And, I mean, some say it's incompetency, some say it's intentional. You can come to your own conclusions. Anybody else?
The question. Come on up. Don't be scared. Guy in the pink sweater. I know you want to ask something.
Come on up.
There we go.
Yeah.
I just have a question. So if you were to become president right now, what would be like that first day executive order that primetime Alex Stein would put?
This would be easy. First, we'd find out about 9/11. We'd find out that the moon landing was fake. We'd find out, we'd defund the CIA and FBI right then and there. They'd be gone. Bye-bye. And then, I don't know, I'd probably throw Brittany Griner back in jail.
Next up.
Here she is. Next contestant.
Hi.
Hi.
Maybe you guys' advice for women who do want to be stay-at-home moms but are worried about financially living off one income.
Well, that's a great question, Gavin. What do you...
I love that question. And it makes a lot of sense. And it sounds like I'm criticizing women when I say you'd be happier at home, but these pussy men are not putting a ring on it. And they're just fucking everything in moves. They think they're young when they're 40. They're playing.
Hey.
So they're no heroes in this story. I mean, I'm lamenting the whole situation of this perpetual adolescence with the 6 hours of video games at the age of 35. It's fucking pathetic. So don't think that you're the problem. But I think it's a corporate myth that you need two incomes. When I grew up middle class, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. We had one car. We didn't go on that many vacations. Half the time you're paying for daycare and infrastructure and cars and the extra tax bracket to get this second income. When you subtract all that out of it, you're adding an extra $10K to the household every day. And I'm telling you, trades, like, if you're smart and you get into fucking some sort of advanced mechanic, like a plane mechanic's starting out at $70K a year, that's plenty for a non-Chicago, non-New York City place to live. So that's a myth that you need money. And I always said too, like, you're already living, you got a bed, what's a baby? It's just more food. And they eat this much.
And I would say you're a very beautiful young lady, so your chances of being a stay-at-home mom is pretty good. You just need to find a rich guy.
Yeah, if you're looking for a guy that you're doing everything great, but I would say wear heels 3 times a week.
Yeah, wear heels.
Not even all day. A 4-hour sesh 3 times a week.
Do not post thong pictures on your Instagram. For OnlyFans. Do not do OnlyFans. Okay, I'm serious. I know probably there's reporters in the back probably already have OnlyFans. Whores. But seriously, that's another thing. It's like, don't, bang all these dudes. Don't, you have a beautiful essence. Don't let a degenerate like myself ruin that, all right? So stay true, and I promise you, that person out there, that person that is right for you is out there. You'll find them, and you'll have a baby when you're ready, but you might have to work a little bit of a job here or there, but I'm telling you, you are not going to have any problems, young lady.
One last thing, sorry, before we go. If
Oh, my God.
you're having a baby, when the contractions come, don't think of it as, I got to get this baby out, and it's going to be like 50 contractions. Deal with each individual contraction as it's like a mountain. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going up there. Okay, I got it. And then it goes down. And one contraction at a time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great question.
Good stuff.
Somebody come on down, ask a question. Don't be shy. It's going to be on the internet. Don't worry.
All right. First, I want to say thank you for coming out here.
So my question is, with the Islamization of the West, what do you think it's right for universities to blacklist and cancel students that support Palestine?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, that's a good one. And honestly, I don't think that's okay. I mean, all those Harvard students that were pro-Palestine, I don't really think they should lose their livelihoods because they're just like you. They're young and impressionable, and they think that they're probably on the right side of history. When in reality, what's happening in the Middle East is bad. I mean, people on both sides are dying. So I get why people are empathetic to Palestinians, but let's just be real. I mean, Hamas is very bad. All right, it's a terror organization. And Israel is, they're going to be sending bombs back. So until we just stop and outlaw war, I'm a conflict interventionist. I hate war. I don't care what we're fighting over. I don't think that we should have to shoot each other to come to some sort of agreement. So when it comes to Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, it's only going to get worse. That's why you have people like on MSNBC, Mehdi Hassan or whatever. He loses his job for speaking out, on behalf of Palestine. It's only going to radicalize people to be more and more insane. So I would imagine that it's just going to get worse.
I was just going to say that exactly. My first instinct is yes, but that's just a shallow instinct because I'm pro, right? I'm an Islamophobe, basically. But if you start canceling people for having odious opinions, you got to understand that we all have odious opinions in college. I just told you that we were told that it's okay to have an abortion a year after the baby's born. So you brainwash all these kids. You tell them that Palestine is suffering and Israel is fascist. And then they go repeat that, and then you ruin all their future. That we can't. That's the left's game. And I would also argue that it promotes anti-Semitism. If you cancel someone for being anti-Semitic, it actually makes more anti-Semites. So I think the backbone of this country is free speech. And no matter how much you disagree with someone, we cannot play this game of canceling people because we disagree with them.
And there's a lot of countries where free speech doesn't exist. You guys think that you can go protest in North Korea? No, you can't. All right. There's a lot of places where you can't speak freely. So that's why we have to savor it. That's why we need this so much. It is so important that people can speak freely and not get canceled. So I agree. I don't think, kids should lose their livelihood. But at the same time, we live in a place where life is not fair. That should be the one lesson you learn too. Life is not fair. There's going to be people that work less hard than you that are way more successful. And until you realize that life's not fair, you're going to just be a victim your whole life. So that's another thing. Don't be a victim and realize this game is rigged. It's 100% rigged. And you just got to do your best to survive in this video game of life and keep leveling up.
Which is why I wish you guys were taught to love America more, because there's so few places that have free speech and this ability to voice your opinion. And when you don't take advantage of that, or don't, criticize people who cancel other people,
Come on.
then you become a victim to it. Then now we're not in America anymore. We're self-censoring. So
This man
advantage
loves
of this place.
America.
It's like I immigrated here in the late 90s, and I'm just shocked by all the fucking ingrates. I came from a socialist country called Canada, another one called Britain, and I got here and I thought, what an opportunity. You could be a complete shithead and get rich.
Look,
You just work hard. And then I see other people going, no, it sucks here. Yeah, try anywhere else. Trust me, it sucks.
Yeah, no.
Look at their gross food.
Okay, who else has got a question? Somebody come on down. Come on, somebody. Come on. This is interactive. Don't be scared. Gavin, we got them shook. Come on.
Well, maybe this talk was so good that they have...
They learned everything. Is that...
There's no curiosity.
Did you guys learn anything tonight? Okay, this guy did. That guy's smart. That guy probably should stay in school.
Who's that guy at the very back with the Dare shirt? Is he working with you?
Yeah, he works. Yeah, that's Jeff.
okay.
He's a badass. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was having negative thoughts. I thought you were like a liberal.
Yeah, I just got some questions from my wife's boyfriend. Yeah, please come on down. Just ask it. You can just stand up and ask it.
Are you guys going to be back for Fish Tank Season 2?
Tell them about our experience on Fish Tank. You guys know Sam Hyde? You guys like Sam Hyde? Yeah. We love Sam Hyde. Tell them about it. Are we going to be back?
I think so. I love the whole, getting along and working together as a team with no, nothing to stop us, no social media, just natural good time.
Yeah, Dontarius, you pooped on the live stream in the house. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was a natural poop. Yeah. It's a place where you can let loose,
Yeah, I didn't even think. You guys might not know what Fish Tank is. Fish Tank was a reality show put on by Sam Hyde where there's like 100 cameras and we were locked in the 6-bedroom house. And I brought my wife's boyfriend, Dontarius, in the house, and this guy was a menace to society. And I'm not saying he did steal everybody's credit cards, but he does that all the time. You're allowed to laugh at that, right? Why did you steal those people's credit cards?
I mean, I was in a different place at the time, guys, but I'm
A lot better now.
Yeah, I'm a lot better now, I'm not perfect. You know, I have demons, and at times they come out, and you know, hey, work in progress, guys. Don't give up.
Yes. He got caught smoking crack on the show. We don't want to talk about that much. Okay, guys, come on. I don't want this show to be over yet. Come on.
Partially Asian guy. Because your eyes are kind of...
Yeah. For Gavin, when and where did Vice go wrong, in your opinion?
Well, I'd like to pretend that they booted me and then they immediately went bankrupt, but I have to pretend 15 years of raging success didn't happen where they made billions of dollars. But the beauty of history is that'll get squashed. And in like 50 years, it'll be like they got rid of Gavin and then they went broke. And 15 years will become like a year. But I'll tell you where Vice went wrong. They chased the dollar with no sort of concept of what their brand is and who they are. And the dollar is young ladies. They spend the most money. So what are young ladies into? Well, women are very agreeable, so they're into the latest trend. And the latest trend is trans, garbage, whatever. You know, everyone's a homophobe, that kind of woke shit. And that woke stuff has no substance to it. And it gets real old real fast. And it's got no credibility either. Like if America was a totally racist shithole and cops were hunting blacks for sport, then when you wrote about that, people go, oh, thanks for the warning. But you start seeing the data and you go, these are all lies. So I'm not listening to you anymore. You lied. You cried wolf one too many times. And so they lost that edge. And I don't think there was anyone at the helm too. Like I was the content guy. Sharush was the money guy. Shane was the sales guy. And Shane took over editorial. And I love sales guys. You need them. Don't make fun of them. They pay your bills. But they don't really have their heart in content. They have their heart in, you know, making money and expanding the company, a crucial part of any company. But when you just have that, do you ever see a woman? You know, a woman can get pregnant without a man, and they make this thing that's like teeth and hair and like a clump, and it's just all the woman's side. It's called a psychosomatic pregnancy or something, and they make this like gross blob turd thing. And I think that's kind of what Vice became.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay, well, we learned.
It doesn't live. It's not like he comes out going, hey, I'm a half guy.
But it's just like
It's just like half eyelash and like an eye and 3 teeth and like 4 hairs.
Pretty gross. Okay, guys, he has a question. I'm coming to the audience. Don't be shy. All right, I like this guy. What do you got for us?
I used to watch you on Rebel Media when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
And
I was just with Ezra Levant last night watching Morrissey. Oh, you knew that?
Yeah, and so when I hear you speak today, I hear like the exact same things I heard 7 years ago. I'm curious, and this isn't like a shot at you.
No.
But I'm curious if this is more for you about being an internet personality than it is like then you actually like truly believe in this stuff, because I think that a lot of things have changed in the past 7 years. And I think
like what?
These topics, well, I think things have gotten a lot worse. I think it's, you know, it's very clear now that it's the left. It's not just about being crazy. It's not just that they're crazy, but that it, you know, it's a targeted destruction of the traditional American society. And I think it's, you know, it's beyond jokes. It's beyond like, you know, what you were talking about today. I think it's a lot deeper than that. Anyway, I'm curious your thoughts.
Well, if I'm just doing this to become an internet personality, I'm doing it pretty bad because I keep getting more and more canceled and disqualified and unavailable. We can't even advertise my website, Uncensored.tv, on Twitter or anything. It gets shut down. I can't bank, can't fly. My brother had his wedding canceled. So I'm clearly not doing this for attention. If you want to do something for attention, you follow the Vice route. But I think that satire and being a goof, it's of religious importance to me. Like I'm dressed like the dude from Animal House who said, I'm not going to sit here and let you badmouth the United States of America. And if you can't mock these things, you can't survive. And people always ask me, like, what can I do? I'm just one dude. And I go, let's start with satire. You know, if you can't mock these tropes, then you can't fight them. I know you can't take down Joe Biden, but if you can mock the clown world around you, it's at the very least, a great survival technique. And I would also add that if you think I'm getting repetitious and I'm saying the same old shit I said 7 years ago, maybe I'm coming to the end of the career here. Maybe we get...
Dude, don't worry about the 7 years. No, but I got to talk to you because I can tell by the way you spoke, you probably have some anxiety going on in the world today. Like you're like, you don't like that he's an internet personality being funny, but I'll tell you.
No, that's not what I said. I mean, I was...
So, but what were you saying, that you don't think humor helps or something?
No, I agree, but I just think that things have changed.
You're saying things are so serious, we should just constantly be like, I'm a victim. How am I going to get out of here? I need to be scared. I need to be worried.
Real change.
Yeah, you want real change. Well, you are in charge of you doing your part, right? So you can be like, oh, is it Gavin's job to do this? Is it Alex's job? Don't worry about anybody else's job. And I don't mean this rude. I'm saying it's your job to make change in your life. And then that will exponentially create change in your life. So you looking at an internet influencer, it's like, he's not doing it the way I want him to do it. He's not making change in it. You go make the change, because me and Gavin aren't following a playbook. What we're trying to do is I'm trying to do culture jam. I try to take the most absurd parts of our culture and jam in people's faces. Now, is that working? I don't give a damn. The whole world, it's not on my shoulders. All I care about is trying to survive in this world. And that's what you need to worry about too. You don't need to worry about totally changing the world, because that's not possible. One man is not going to change the world. You need to make your life meaningful, and you need to make the changes in your life, because you can't worry about the things you can't control. You can't worry about the things you can't control. You got.
But if you want to man up and play hardball and do real shit like kidnap a governor, we're not going to talk about this here, but meet me outside, and I got some guys.
We'll help you out.
I want to talk about some shit.
You really want to storm the Capitol? I know some guys.
Blink twice if you're ready to play fucking hardball.
Yeah. Are you ready to make some fucking changes?
You ready to kill some judges?
No, don't say that.
Let's fucking do it.
This is in a video game, Call of Duty. We're talking about metaphor. It's a metaphor. Okay, who else has got a question? Come on.
What about you say drop out of college, but what about the times when getting a degree completely changes someone's life and is actually perceived by a lot of people as being part of the American dream? What do you have to say about that?
Oh, I agree. I think that is good. I think that, somebody that comes here and gets a degree. I'm not saying
I'm denying that. I'm denying that a degree changes your the way you're perceived.
I don't know.
If you're a part of the 5% who like walks into the library and hears an angelic choir and goes, "Look at this opportunity. That's awesome. By all means, go bananas." I don't want to deny anyone that, but I'm just saying, if we're all honest with ourselves, 95% of us don't want to go to the library, don't enjoy coming to class, don't feel fulfilled after a semester. And in that case, why are you paying?
Well, I'm an idiot. I graduated from LSU, Louisiana State University.
What did you take?
Yeah, I got general studies degree. So you get 3 minors. Yeah, it's the easiest degree to get. But I still got it. I'm happy that I got the degree.
What were your minors?
What? Sociology, business, and communications.
Communications? Like, what does that even mean?
I had to learn how to edit. I had to learn how the digital media landscape. I had to learn about, I don't know, a bunch of bullcrap about media and communications.
You would have been better off being an intern.
I know I did, because I ended up freaking working for cheaters and selling cars before I called AOC a big booty Latina, and I went rich. So everybody has a different path. And this is another thing, guys. Comparison is the thief of joy. If you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, you're going to constantly be depressed. So don't compare your life to other people. Just remember that. That's one thing I learned. Oh, I'm not doing something fast enough. Oh, this guy has a 6-figure job while I'm just barely making it. Don't worry about that. You guys all have your own path. You need to blaze your own trail, and don't try to look at somebody else and be like, I don't have that, but he does, so I'm less than. No, don't be a little bitch like that.
To uproarious applause.
What do you got for us?
She cozy head, yes.
I just want to say I appreciate you both being here. And do you either of you have a favorite Monty Python sketch?
Well, what's that one that went viral recently about can't be a guy or girl? Do you know the sketch I'm talking about?
Trans one?
Yeah, the trans one. That one is pretty good. I mean, what is the one, the Monty Python sketch where they can't cross the bridge? I don't know, dude.
There's the night where he keeps fighting him and he chops off his arms and legs and he goes, "'Tis but a scratch." That's
a good one.
I think my favorite one, though, is the old school deal where the guy's looking for an argument and he goes into the wrong room and he goes, "This is the place for an argument?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Yes, it is." And he goes, "No, it isn't." And then they have an argument, which is what he paid for. Yeah, that was a funny fucking show, and possibly the death of comedy. That's another reason why I'm so serious about retardation and stupid shit, because it's an integral part of Western culture, and it's what makes us really happy. Like, I'll fucking die on the battlefield for Beavis and Butthead. All these dumb jokes they keep censoring, they murdered comedy. They murdered comedic films. Like, comedies aren't funny anymore because people are so nervous. Black comedy, like African-American comedy, I mean, is like one of the few places where guys can say what they wanted. Coincidentally, it tends to be funnier than everyone else. And I don't think it's because blacks are funnier. I think it's because blacks are allowed to be funnier. So we need to fight hard for this ability to be a goof because it defines us in many ways.
I agree. Okay, who else has got a question?
King of goofs.
I know, I'm the biggest, goofiest guy here. Okay.
Nosy Geiling.
Let's know. Yeah, no.
Oh, you were reaching out. Sorry.
Gavin, you were like, I would say one of the earlier contributors to what is like now called like the
AIDS
manosphere. I would say, what do you think of like the modern contributors, like kind of like Dave Portnoy to a degree, like
Yeah, I love those guys. I think that's really important. It's weird that that's controversial. My only beef was seeing Andrew Tate brag about taking advantage of these sad incels that would get the fake Ukrainian girlfriends. I don't know if he feels bad about that, if he regrets it, but to me, like taking advantage of those. Remember that show 90 Day Fiance? There's that dude with the long leather jacket that went to his ankles, and he spent $200,000 on this chick in Ukraine who clearly was not in love with him. That seems like a level of cruelty and taking advantage of people that I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So I resent him for that. But yeah, Jordan Peterson, like, those guys are saving the world because young men are told from kindergarten how evil they are and how wrong their feelings are, and boys will be boys has been abolished. I was just reading this teacher saying that he loves his female students because they're so mature, but the boys, they're all homophobes and they're always touching each other. And he means like this kind of stuff. And by homophobe, he means like, come on, get on your bike, you fag. Not like, but we don't want no homos around. They don't even know what gays are when they're little kids. So it was someone who clearly didn't like young men, young boys. He hated their whole vibe. And so boys end up with this, feeling that they're doing something wrong. So I think it's important that we tell men they don't suck.
Well, and speaking of homophobia, people will call me a homophobe. There's not. I love gay people. I have gay family members. But because I go to a lot of drag queen story times where they're just trying to indoctrinate kids, literally drag queens are reading to kids. And listen, I love the pride flag. It's a great flag. It's outside of a bar. I know if I go in there, I'm in a gay bar, I'm getting free drinks all night. All right? Well, what does that flag symbolize? It symbolizes a person's sexual preference. That's what the flag means, because the only difference between a gay man and a straight man is their sexual preference. So they have a flag that honors their sexual preference. Good, great. But that doesn't belong in an elementary school, all right? That doesn't belong in a middle school. We don't need to be talking about people's sexual preferences when they're adolescents. So I'm not against gays by any means, but I am against gay indoctrination or any sort of indoctrination on young children. All right, who's got a question? Come on, somebody. Come on down. I like the hat. Actually, and I want to say this. I actually hope Donald Trump goes to jail because I think it'll help him with the urban vote.
For Gavin, what inspired you to form the Proud Boys?
I was in the Knights of Columbus, and it's a men's club. And I'm the young Turk there at 53. They're all 70 years old, and I thought, it's really fun. Like, brotherhood is something that you don't really understand until you feel it. And if a friend of mine before I joined the Knights of Columbus was like, hey, man, can you drive me up to Albany? I'd go like, what? That's like 4 hours away. Can you get a train? I'll help you with the Uber when you get to the train station. But if a Knight of Columbus said, hey, you need to drive me to Albany, I would just be like, it would be like my son said, can you pick me up in Albany? Like, I would just get in the car and I wouldn't even think about it because we're brothers. And I thought, why doesn't that exist with anyone else? I'd love to do a young Knights of Columbus. And we had this producer at our studio who was a total pussy. He was a 24-year-old virgin and didn't think that was a big deal. Dude, when I was 17, my friends were going to kill me because I was the last virgin in our group. And they're like, you better fuck him tonight or we're going to murder you. And I was 17. 24? That's like, you're a man. And you're not even horny? He went to Disneyland with men and women, friends. Nobody fucked. They just went on rides. In their early 20s. What? Like, I went, oh, you're on acid the whole time? Who goes to Disneyland and isn't, I don't know, on acid? You went there as a person? What the fuck? So we started that club I say we started as a joke, and that implies like, oh, it started as a joke, and then it got serious. No, dude, I was just with them in Texas, and there was this chili contest where everyone was screaming at each other because the guy from Cincinnati, his chili has spaghetti in it, and the Texans were like, what the fuck? You're putting fucking spaghetti and chili? Where are you from, dude? There's no spices in it, shit lips. So it's still a joke. It's still fun. And I think that men have had these clubs since the Industrial Revolution. After a hard day's work, you want to be able to fart, not have to pull out a chair for a lady and tell horrific jokes and drink $3 beers. And then the feminists in the 80s killed it. And then it was just, a smattering of a few men's clubs. But like, watch the Flintstones with the buffalo ears. We used to always have that. Watch the Honeymooners. It was an integral part of a man's life. So the reason it took off, because it was just a stupid idea, but it took off because it had been burgeoning for all these years after the feminists destroyed it. Men fucking loved it. I don't promote this club. And it's all over the world. I was just in Britain. There's fucking Proud Boys Portugal there. You know why? Because men love clubs. Men love brotherhood. It's a fantastic feeling that's naturally in our DNA. And we were told from the Marxists to fight it back. And they're wrong. I'm not pushing that down. I love farting.
I love farting too. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left, guys. So come on, if you guys got a question, don't be shy.
All right, this goes to both of you. Who is your favorite commentator on the left, and who is your least favorite commentator on the right?
My favorite commentator on the left that I like, that I actually respect, I don't really like him, but I kind of liked how Jon Stewart said something pretty poignant the other day. He said that when The Daily Show was at the height of their success, he was speaking out against the war in the Middle East. And he said if he did that today, he would have his show canceled, which I do think is true. So I think that he's kind of woken up. I kind of like Jon Stewart a little bit, and I like that show. And then who do I like?
You kind of like Jon Stewart?
I'm saying on the left, I don't like him. He's making me pick somebody on the left. I don't love Jon Stewart, but I like that statement that he said. I think that was actually true. Do you agree with that he would be canceled if he tried to go against the Ukraine?
Why he became a total pussy. And
he is a pussy. I'm not saying I like Jon Stewart. He's asking me to say somebody on the left that I kind of like, okay? And then somebody on the right, commentator that I don't like, I don't know, Gavin McInnes, probably.
I don't like punching right. If you want less government, I'm on your side.
I agree. We need less government. The government is a bunch of idiots banging a doorknob, a bunch of retards. Excuse my French. The government's dumb.
Now, I have dudes on our side, like as we're riding into battle, and I see like Ben Shapiro going, look, see, you know what's going on? And then I see Steven Crowder trying to be funny, and I'm like, and then I see that Mossad dude in the black suit. What's his name? The guy who talks like this, really slow. Lex Friedman or whatever his name is. I want to punch my computer every time it comes on. Could you be less compelling, please? But we're going into battle, so I'm just like, all right, I'll fight you guys later when we win. And then as far as the left goes, I don't know, the most right you are on the left, I like, so I guess I'll swallow my Bill Maher pill.
Yeah, Bill's okay. I used to love Howard Stern, but Howard Stern sucks, so.
No, Howard Stern's toast.
Yeah, but
I think about that a lot. And I always end up thinking the farthest right lefty is a good lefty. Like, think of someone like far, far left who's good. They don't exist. They're infuriating.
Well, and it's an illusion. Some people are all right, or far right or far left. But, everybody in these newspapers are going to say, oh, Alex Stein is alt-right. I think we should have socialized health care or some form of it or something, or affordable health care. It doesn't make sense that insulin is $200 in Texas, but $7 in Mexico. But you're going to say, oh, he's alt-right. No, I think that we need to go after the corporations that are robbing us and try to shut them down, or at least create caps so people can actually afford to get their arm fixed if they break it. So, yeah, I don't align everything with, Steven Crowder or Ben Shapiro or anything like that. I am my own person. I am unique, and I have my own independent viewpoints, that are mutually exclusive from everybody else's.
I will say I wanted to, when I started Censored.tv, I go, let's have right and left debating. And Ann Coulter, Michelle Malkin, Dinesh D'Souza, they're all like, yes, no problem, buddy. I'll be right there. And the left was like, fuck no. And so I was like, come on, Cornell. I asked Cornell West, and he's like, I don't know, maybe for $15,000? So I did. I gave them, every lefty you see on my site got $15,000 to talk because they don't want any back and forth. And I think the reason is they don't have the courage of their convictions. Like, they don't really believe the shit they're saying. So they don't want a back and forth because it's the Mets versus the Yankees to them. And it's a religion. And you're not going to convince someone their religion is wrong.
And I wish there was somebody here we could debate. Is there anybody here that wants to debate? Please stand up. Let's debate any subject you want to debate. Open debate. Who wants to debate something? Come on. Nobody's passionate enough. Everybody's too scared. See, think about that, guys. Then you go home. I called you out. I said, are you
IPAs are gross.
No, but think about that. You guys,
All your weird beers, your weird, what's that girly drink they all have? The wild
Seltzer?
twists or whatever.
Seltzer,
That
White
stuff's
Claw.
gross. And you know what? That smoky scotch, whatever, like Glenfiddich. Oh, it's 15 years old. It tastes like a fucking ashtray.
Oh,
Okay.
and guys, do not get on the Delta 8 synthetic marijuana. That is a transgender version of weed, okay? So smoke real weed. Smoke real weed. Don't smoke. Don't do it, everyone. I'm not encouraging you, but just don't do Delta 8 synthetic weed. Like I said, that is the transgender of the drugs.
My wife did a bunch. She had a super bad trip. She had to put an ice pack on her chest.
From Delta 8?
And I was like the court jester till 2 a.m. trying to stop her from having a bad trip.
Yeah, it's not good. It's synthetic marijuana from China. And that's the other thing, guys. If America really cared about us, why are there over 100,000 drug overdoses this past year? They don't care.
And why isn't that on the news?
They never talk about it. Very rarely do you talk about it. You see in New York City, a baby dies at a daycare center from a fentanyl overdose because guess what? That daycare center was actual drug dealing den. So the media doesn't want to cover it. I know when I was young, when I was your age, I experimented with stuff, but you guys got to be extra careful because we're getting drugs taken in by the cartel because we have a president. And Donald Trump takes the blame too. He never built the wall. My point is, these people are being organized by the cartel. This is not a right-wing conspiracy. The cartel is real. You guys write that down. Google it. The cartel is real. And the cartel is a business trying to make money. Their best way to make money is drug trafficking and sex trafficking. That's why in Dallas, there's lots of young girls. Now it's getting so bad. There's so many prostitutes. They're not even using Craigslist or the internet anymore. They're just walking the streets. Google it. Google Streetwalkers LA. Google Streetwalkers
New York. They're doing
same with New York. I'm saying there's an increase in women walking the street. Why is that increase happening? Because there's more prostitutes, because there's more sex trafficking victims. And to the sex traffickers, because it's illegal, it's just as illegal to sex traffic a child as it is an adult. And guess what? It's easier to sex traffic a child. So this is why I'm not anti-immigration, but I am anti-sex trafficking. I am anti-drug trafficking. And until we actually close the border and just stop letting people come through, the world's only going to get worse. We're only going to get more drug overdose deaths. And there's only going to be less social services to actually help out Americans that need them. You see the people, the black people in Chicago right now, they are going to be a litmus test for the rest of the world. They are the ones that are speaking out because their communities are being affected. Veterans are getting kicked out of hotels to house illegal Venezuelans. Think about that. You go to the Middle East, you go to Iraq, you get your finger blown off, you get your eyeball blown off like Eye Patch McCain. You guys don't get the joke. That's Dan Crenshaw. I hate Dan Crenshaw. My point is, you do that for America. You pay the ultimate price. And when you come back, they do nothing for you. As a matter of fact, 22 veterans commit suicide every single day. So if that's how the government treats our veterans, then think about how they're going to treat your ass. Worse. So just remember that.
You know what I was just thinking about? No offense. We're sitting here telling these people, don't go to some fucking random room at your college just to have a bunch of morons tell you what to do. Waste your time. Get out there. And then I thought, wait, what if we're the morons?
You and me, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
What if we're wasting their time?
No, we're not wasting their time.
What if we're boring them to death, just like every other class?
It's a boring matter with me. No classes do they talk about Michelle Obama's wiener. I do that on the curriculum.
I hope you're appreciating this information. Here's a typical tip that we hope is helping your lives. If you're a chick and you're experimenting sexually, I want you to know it doesn't mean you're a lesbian, whatever. It's just funky, fun stuff. You got wasted at a party. You're having fun.
Yep.
And if you're a dude and you do that, you're gay.
Well, that's true. If you bake one cake, you're not a baker. You know, if you make one shoe, you're not a cobbler.
Lesbian until graduation, perfectly acceptable. Dudes, it's gay.
Well, let me finish my statement.
Oh, sorry.
If you bake one cake, you're not a baker. If you make one shoe, you're not a cobbler. If you suck one dick, though, you're homosexual. It's just how it works. I hate to be like that, but that's...
Unless you do something where you don't let it touch any of your mouth.
No, you still are.
Can't touch any part.
Okay, he's got a question. The show's almost over. This guy in the back. I'm coming over there. I'm coming there. Come on, stand up, or you don't have to stand up.
This is for both of you. What's your response to the police presence that had to be on campus today? And in your opinion, what does that tell you about the higher education system?
Well, it's a waste. I feel bad for these officers wasting their time to protect two people that don't even need the protection. So I feel bad for all the wasted resources. We talk about governments and how dumb they are. Well, public school is just another form of the government, basically. And what do? They want to keep us safe. But guys, it shouldn't be an issue of safety. We're two speakers just trying to have a conversation with college students. We shouldn't need a police barricade. We shouldn't need police presence. But we do, because there's a bunch of whacked out college kids that are going to come and spit on me. There are going to be kids that are so radicalized that think that I'm the boogeyman, when really I want to help them. So I'm really sad that this is the state of affairs, that when I want to come speak to a college, or Gavin wants to come speak to a college, we have to have 100 police officers. We have to have barricades. That shows you that we live in a society where people are not thinking with their brain. They're thinking with, I don't know, with their asses. Because if you want to attack somebody for having a different viewpoint, you're a pathetic loser. And we should actually encourage debate. We should encourage people that have different viewpoints to come to their college and talk about the stuff that we disagree on. And maybe we'll find out some common ground, because I guarantee even those weird the college newspaper writers in the back with their low vibrational, negative Nancy, this whole speech, I've been looking at them. They've been negative. Those three in the back, look at them, the ugly girls in the back. They don't know how to dress nice. They don't know how to, and they just look bad. It's just ugly girls, but that's no big deal.
Oh.
And, the show a lesbian.
Not ugly.
I mean, I can't tell.
They look kind of Amish, like those. They look like religious kids that don't know who Spider-Man is.
That's what I'm saying. You can tell they have no fashion sense, though. They're Sharia.
That's the Marxist thing. They like to dress down.
But liberal women don't dress good. That's what I'm saying. Liberal women dress like crap.
Too.
They look ugly, then they date some effeminate man that's probably trans himself. So,
well, the problem with these girls, they're on the pill.
Oh, they're on the pill.
They're on the pill. You're attracted to like a brother-like figure because you don't, your body thinks it's pregnant.
Oh, and they love the antidepressants. And think about that, guys. And one of the main side effects for antidepressants is suicidal idolization. So think about that. You go to the doctor and say, "Hey, doctor, I'm suicidal." "Oh, well, here's a pill that's going to make you more suicidal. Why don't you take that?" So, yeah, I'm sure they're on a bunch of pharmaceuticals.
Alex, you're telling me, ladies, you're going to meet a guy on the pill in college. You might end up marrying him. Your body thinks you're pregnant, so it wants a brother-like figure who's going to protect you, but you're not attracted to. You're going to go off the pill after you get the ring on it, and he's going to smell different, I promise you. And you're going to be disgusted by him because he's not your type. So the birth control drugs are changing how you feel about men. But to get back to so don't marry him until you're off the pill. But to get back to the police thing, speaking of disagreement, I'm a huge cop hater. I want to defund the police. I think they need to be retrained, except when it comes to my safety. And in that case, I want maximum police around me at all times. But for everyone else, no, we don't need cops. We need social workers. So if you get robbed, you call a social worker. If I get robbed, I get to call the police. Deal?
Deal. Okay, guys, we're almost done. Who else? Okay, come on down. Okay, we do need a freestyle lab. DJ, do we have a song? We don't have anything? We have to do a cappella? No, we're going to do it. Shut up, Jeff, okay? You shut up. You're not running the show. I am. Okay. So, Gavin, is there a last thing you want to say? And then I'll end it on a freestyle finale like I do on Primetime with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Everybody needs to watch my show so I don't get fired, okay? So,
check out Uncensored.tv. Trust your instincts. Don't let these people tell you that the feelings that you're having are wrong. If something feels like bullshit, it probably is. And now I'm just going to beatbox to Alex.
All right, go with your guts. Ontarius, get your titties up here. Pinch these bitches! Prime time, na. On the ground, all the time. Got my boyfriend on my side. I don't give a damn if you got that pride. Big old titties on Ontarius. His titties are super hilarious. I'm a pimp on a blend. Penn State, don't hate. Coming from that Lone Star State. I'm from Texas. I drive the Lexus. And yo, girl, I want to mess her plexus up when I hump her in my truck. Cause I am a pimp. Vaccinate your body. Vaccinate me at the party while I sip that Bacardi. Dr. Fauci, stick that needle in my arm. Dr. Fauci kills the beagle on the farm. I'm a pimp on a blimp. Penn State, Nittany Lions. Y'all know, y'all be denying. Gavin and Alex going insane, causing no war in the Ukraine. Gonna make you feel that pain. I'm prime time, double 99. Gavin McInnes is my friend. I'm a pimp till the end. Ontarius' titties, RC cups. If you talk shit, I'll kick you in your butt. Ah! You guys are great. I love y'all.
Thank you. so much to Penn State for actually allowing us to speak. Maybe free speech does exist. You don't have to drop out if you do. Maybe we'll give you a job maybe one day.
Thanks, guys.